All right, guys, welcome back to the channel. Here we are, defeated. We were defeated last night. I'm going to be doing the Ilia Topuria Justin Gaethje recap. So I think we can all agree that we are heartbroken, and that did not go how anybody expected it to. Truly, Justin Gaethje performed a miracle last night, and he did the unthinkable. He pretty much did the impossible. I made my prediction video a few days ago, and I didn't think that would be possible. I thought, Ilia's younger, he's faster, he's stronger, he's more durable, he's more intelligent in the fight, he has more skills, he's a better boxer, he has the wrestling if he needs to. He had everything in his favor. But within that first 30 seconds or minute of that fight, I said, guys, are you watching this? Why is he fighting so weird? Why is he fighting so bad? And my friends were like, what are you talking about? It's only a minute in. I'm like, yeah, but look at how he's fighting. This is totally out of character. Normally, he's calm, he's technical, and he's calculated. And everybody thinks he just gets into these brawls. No, not at all. Topuria's usually using distance and has great defense and throws feints, and he uses great timing to break his opponents down, especially with the leg kicks to hinder their movement and keep them guessing. And against Gaethje, he fought much more emotional and willing to enter dangerous exchanges, which it's not a bad idea, but he walked straight into every single jab from the first second of the fight with his high guard, hand in front, and just leaning back. And it was not a good range to be at with Gaethje. So I think the biggest question isn't why did he lose, but why did he fight so differently than how he usually does? And a lot of people are thinking maybe, the pressure was massive. It's at the White House card, and, he publicly predicted a knockout, just how he always does, though. And he backed himself into a corner a little bit by saying it has to be in the first 2 minutes. And he's obviously a heavy favorite coming into the fight. There's high expectations from the fans, the media, and himself, which may have caused him to force the action instead of letting the fight come naturally. And this is my biggest opinion. And I think that his personal life played a role. Everybody knows he's been away from the sport for over a year, and the divorce may have not directly caused a loss, but it could have affected his mindset. He's a champion, but champions are still human beings. He had a lot of personal stress and a lot of public criticism and changes in his identity that can influence your decision making. And this may help explain why he seemed so emotional, so much more emotional than usual. You look at somebody as successful as he is. He got married at a young age, had 2 beautiful children, had a beautiful wife. He is an undefeated mixed martial arts fighter. He became the champion of the world, beat the greatest in the weight class. He beat the second greatest in the weight class, moved up, became a double champion, beat Charles, the 3rd greatest lightweight, and he's doing all these amazing things. He thinks he's invincible, and he thinks he's the best, and he's the greatest, and he should think that. That's not a problem. And he has a perfect family, perfect life. He's famous, he's rich. He has everything that you can imagine, and that's his identity, the perfect life. And then all of a sudden, it just gets stripped away. He gets a divorce. He gets his family ripped apart, and he has to keep face in the public. And I think that identity shift may have caused some miscalculations in his performance. I think that it hindered his focus. I think that it was an easy soft spot. It's low-hanging fruit for Josh Hokett and even Justin Gaethje to poke at him and get him flustered. And next thing you know, you're fighting a different fight than how you normally want to fight. You're setting expectations on yourself that could happen, but they aren't promised to you. You still have to try your best and use your IQ in this sport, right? So I do think that there is a reason why he fought differently. And it's a lot of different things that go into it, and it's all speculation. It's all opinion. It's all subjective. We can't prove that that's the reason why. But we know that he did fight different, and he's beaten way better people than Justin, okay? Now, also, you have to see it for what it really was. Even though he lost that first round, you look at the second round, he destroyed Gaethje in that second round. He almost finished him with the body shots, was very close to the submissions, but he was sweaty and bloody, and that caused him to be able to, slip out of that submission attempt from Ilia. But he had those early moments of success. He hurt Gaethje with the body shots, but then he expended a lot of energy chasing the finish with all those punches and the submission attempts, and it wasn't one-sided from the beginning of the fight. There was lots of opportunities for him to win, and it seemed like every time he hit Gaethje with something clean, it almost wobbled him, and his legs were kind of moving around all over the place. So now you look at, I just saw him make a post on Instagram saying that in the first round, his left eye or right eye got compromised. In the second round, his other guy got compromised. And so you look at in the third round, he has compromised eyes is what he's saying. And then he gets cracked with a big right hand from Justin, which a lot of people are saying is what broke his orbital bone. He goes down, he's on the ground, and then you go to the end of the round, and the doctor says, no, you can't see. There's something going on here. I want to stop the fight. Ilia couldn't see, and he lied and said, I could see. I want to fight. That's a champion. That's a fighter. That's a dog. That's an entertainer. But they knew he couldn't see. He knew he couldn't see. The ref let it go on because why not let the fighter fight? It's the main event. This is the White House. Let's see what he can do. Give him one more round. And he told Ilia, Mark Goddard told Ilia, get back in the fight. He tried, and in that fourth round, he just couldn't do it. You go onto the stool, and I believe Ilia wanted to continue, but his brother said no. And so I think his brother noticed, okay, Ilia won one round, and for sure Justin won 3. So even if you go into this 5th round and you win it, you're still going to lose on the score. And the chances of you getting a finish are so unlikely, and you might just take more damage. So I think that's why his brother, Alexander, threw in the towel and called the fight. So overall, the loss still revealed Ilia's character. He had a loss of vision. He suffered significant damage, and he continued to fight despite being behind, refused to quit, and wanted to keep going. And even in defeat, he showed toughness, he showed heart, and a champion's mentality. But you just can see that the level that he's supposed to be at should have been even better than what he was last year. And he's beating legends with ease. And all of a sudden, Justin Gaethje comes along with a great strategy, keep in mind. But just something doesn't sit right with me. There's something going on. And there's a deeper reason on why he fought differently. There's a deeper reason on why he lost this fight. It's not just, oh, Justin Gaethje's a better fighter. No, Justin is not a better fighter than Ilia Topuria. And I'll stand on that. I will stand on that Ilia beats him 99 out of 100 times. And he just took the complete wrong approach, and he let his emotions get the best of him. And Justin Gaethje was right on a lot of things, saying, he lets his emotions control him, which for some people can be good, some people it can be bad. And he basically said, if it does go past those first 2 minutes and it does go to the second or the third round, he's going to start questioning himself. And he already backed himself up into the corner. It's going to cause him to lose that focus and lose that confidence. And it actually did. I think. The first round, well, before the fight, they touched gloves before the fight, but they didn't touch gloves at the start of the fight. And then at the end of the first round, Ilia touched his gloves, and then in the start of the second, he touched gloves with him. Automatically, he survived one round and had messed up eyes. He started to respect Justin right away. And How can you not? Justin Gaethje's a dog. He never quit on himself. He tried his best. And time again, he comes to put on a show. So all respect to him. And all respect to Ilia for taking the loss like a man and not wanting to dry hump somebody and basically put out a tutorial on how to make love to a man like Islam Makhachev and Khamzat Chimaev. Ilia Topuria, like Alex Pereira, likes to put on a show and give the fans what they pay for. So, honestly, I think that there's two ways this can go now. Either he can go uphill or he can go downhill. I think it's going to be career and life-changing, but hopefully he comes back better than ever. So that's my automatic reaction to the Ilia Topuria versus Justin Gaethje fight at the White House. I do have a lot more to say because I've been thinking about it all day, and it's even taken me some time to get this through my head and accept it because I never thought it was possible. I'm still downloading it and still thinking, how is this a thing? Why did we lose? So I hope you guys can agree with me, and I hope I made some valid points that you guys can agree with. So thank you for watching the video today. You guys have a great day. Subscribe, leave a like, comment, and goodbye.